right, Genesis kids, guess what? Thanksgiving has come and gone, and now it's time for Christmas. We get to celebrate Christmas. Yes, I'm so excited. In fact, I'm so excited I can sing Fa la 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 llama. Christmas is coming. Awesome, right? So you know what? Christmas is such an amazing time. We get to think about gifts and all of these things that people give us and that we get to give others. But today our lesson is kind of a tough one. Are you ready? Why do we have suffering? Why is there suffering in the world? Yeah, that's a really hard question. But you know what? God is good. And so we know, when does suffering enter the world? If we look back in the book of Genesis, we see that when Adam and Eve disobeyed God, sin entered the world. And when that happened, our world was broken. It was not perfect anymore. And that is when suffering came. And so through suffering, we grow, we can learn more about God, we can draw closer to God. But you know what? Jesus is our ultimate example of how to behave when we're suffering, when we have unjust suffering. And we know that Jesus suffered unjustly for all of us, for all of mankind. So we know that Jesus lived a perfect life. He never said a bad thing, did a bad thing, or any of those things, even thought a bad thing. But he still came to this earth because he knew that we were suffering, and he didn't want us to suffer for eternity, and our suffering for eternity would be an eternal separation from God. So he came to this earth, lived his perfect life, and then he gave his life willingly for us. So he suffered on the cross. We know that he was beat, he was spit on, he was nailed, he died, but he did not stay dead. He rose again so that our suffering for eternity will be ended, right? When we have that relationship with him, our relationship with God is made right, and we get to be with him in heaven forever and ever. So why does God allow suffering? Because there's sin in the world, unfortunately. But God is good and he is sovereign. Those are two things that we can hold on to, right? What is he? He is good and he is sovereign. So he takes all that suffering that we have and he can use it for our good and for his glory if we allow him. All right, guys, I know it was a tough lesson, but you know what? We're coming into Christmas, and so we get to celebrate the birth of Jesus. So when God put into motion this awesome plan of salvation, we get to celebrate it. I'm so excited. So I hope you have a great week. I hope you're ready for next week as we get into December. And no, I love you. Bye.